not every place that we're going to go to is going to have this main street with this kind of, this vibe, because a thriving main street is rare. I mean, it's not very often that there is a main street that is successful with booming businesses, especially the year that we've come off of. And I think New Hampshire has a lot of them, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and a lot of redoing the old mill buildings or warehouses that are on rivers, which is completely revitalized. Elm Street in Manchester. And all that. I mean, can you speak a little bit to that?
Yeah, I mean, well, we spoke with Eric Chinberg about that, and that was this textile mill that had just been, not working, taking up space, and he completely, I mean, that's what he does, but he revitalized it, and in that are, apartments, but also all of these businesses, and it just brought jobs, it brought more people downtown, it brought this whole new energy. I mean, what he's done to it is, and what I said to him in the interview was, is this more like, do you want this to be a public space? Do you want people from the area to come in here and experience this? And he said, absolutely, 100%. We showed on our show on the back, there's these docks where people have boats and you can kayak. And so he had that in mind, and everybody in the community in Newmarket was talking about the revitalized mills and how that really brought new life into this town, because it takes up like a huge amount of space on one entire side of the street that had nothing in it. Now it's just a place for yoga, there's a bike shop, there's ice cream, there's a restaurant, there's a massage parlor, and then there's, residences. So someone reached out to me after that show and said, do you know if they have any availability in the apartments? Because that would be like a great place to go to. Yeah,
I mean, Keene did it with Colony Mill Marketplace. Concord with its Main Street was ahead of the curve by 4 years from basically anyone. I think they were ahead of Manchester, really doing a lot of their opening up the apartments down there.
Yep, which definitely.
It as much as a horrible eyesore as it is for 2 years and the expense and everything, it's paid off in Concord.
Yeah.
There's no way around
when they closed the Main Street. Yeah. So I had just moved up here from New York, and I had started at in-town Concord, and so I was really having this interfacing with the small businesses.
Her wartime PR person,
right? Yeah. So there were people who were complaining, but really the majority of them knew what was ahead, and when it was all said and done, every single one of them was like, Okay. All right. I get it. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to kind of sit through that, but Concord did a bang up job with that.
And these sorts of business developments that they do with the restaurants and such helps the community around it a lot. I mean, it's no secret my full-time job's at the university here in Concord, and now we say, hey, students, like around the corner there's like 10 restaurants. You can go do anything from a Middle Eastern family running a fried chicken joint to the Barley House to Revival and all that.
Yeah, I really love Concord. I really do. And I feel like we're really lucky to have this area where, and we talk about this in the show, but all of the trails, it kind of has a little bit of everything. And I find it a really, really special place. And I was nervous when I first moved up here from New York because I was so used to a certain everything all the time. I can get what I want. I can walk where I want. And it's just, I love it. I could spend, and I love that you can walk downtown and run into so many people, hang out on the streets because of the new Main Street. They have those bump outs. So there's much more space for people to sit and hang out and chat. And it's a really unique community.